Well, this is a match that I am incredibly looking forward to right here on BWC British Wrestling Weekly. Alex Shane here, joining you at ringside for the final qualifying match in the prestigious Davey Boy Smith Cup Memorial Tournament. Well, Zack Gibson refers to himself as Liverpool's #1, and as somebody who has been in the professional wrestling industry for over 20 years, I would have to agree with that statement. Zack Gibson, one of the most impressive, accomplished performers on the British wrestling scene today, and I cannot wait for this match between he and the Essex high-flying sensation, the aerial assassin himself, Will Ospreay. Incredible contest I'm sure we're going to see from two of British wrestling's standouts. Gibson looks ready for action. If you've not seen the man about to come to the ring before, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, you are in for a treat. Because on his way into the Aircar Arena is none other than the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. And he has that name for a reason. You know, as someone who's been in the wrestling industry since I was 13 years of age, I've been around some of the very best high flyers that the industry has to offer. If you're talking stars of the UK scene, Jody Fleisch, he was my tag team partner for his first ever match. Adrian Neville, as you may know him in NXT, Pac, I was one of the guys that helped get him over to Japan, but I have never ever been as impressed with the high-flying ability of a UK wrestler as I am with that man right there, the aerial assassin Will Ospreay from Rainham in Essex, only 21 years of age. And if you've not seen him perform, you will see him do things that have never been done in a British wrestling ring before. Bell rings here and we're underway for what is set to be the final qualifying match in this Davey Boy Smith Memorial Cup tournament, and this capacity crowd here in Hull's Airco Arena are set for something special. Waistlock takedown. Ospreay turns it into a tight hammerlock there. Got it in deep on Gibson. Gibson with the size, strength and height advantage here over Ospreay, and possibly the technical wrestling ability as well. Gibson's so proficient as a technician in that ring, but Ospreay just so fast, and you see it there, quicker than a hiccup, goes to work on the fingers and wrists there of Liverpool's Zack Gibson. BWC British Wrestling Weekly bringing you the best wrestling possible from up and down the UK scene, welcoming you into the world of the new generation of British wrestling. If you've not seen British wrestling since the glory days of World of Sport, or in fact at all, these are two great young competitors that will open the door for you and do it with style. Nice toe hold there. See, putting the pressure on the ankle, and these two feeling each other out. They know this match and the result of this is so important. The Davey Boy Smith Cup tournament was launched by the daughter of the legendary British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. His daughter, Georgia Smith, launched it on national television, and the entire Smith and Hart family will be watching these matches to select the 4 men that will be entered into a round-robin tournament to crown the first ever Davey Boy Smith Memorial Cup winner. Imagine as a young wrestler who grew up watching people like the Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith. Imagine being entered into that tournament, picked above everybody else in the UK. So important if you're a UK wrestler, and these guys know it. Double Roman knuckle lock there by Gibson, putting the pressure down with that strength advantage, and Ospreay's going to have to find a clever way out of this one. And using his head in two senses of the word, nice, tight, hard neck bridge there, and Gibson using his body weight to push it down, and look at the impressive neck strength there of Ospreay. Feet on the inside, comes back up high onto the shoulders, my lord! Rolls round, double leg sunset flip, 2. And man, never ever underestimate the sheer quickness and speed of Raynham Essex's aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. And hard elbow there. Ospreay caught all of that, and you could see it right here with our vantage point, thanks to our tremendous camera crew here on BWC British Wrestling Weekly. Ospreay sent into the corner, up and over. Gibson comes back, and Ospreay, man, spins around him, and oh my lord, once again takes Gibson to the outside. Man, this guy is so skillful, and watch him up and over. This crowd coming alive in Hull tonight. They have never ever seen Ospreay before, but you can bet your bottom dollar that by the end of this one, they'll remember his name very easily indeed. With moves like that, it's not going to be complex. As Ospreay goes to the top, Gibson ducks and goes straight to the arm. Gibson known for the tight arm submission. Oh, open hand there. Remember, the closed fist is illegal in professional wrestling. The open hand there, putting a bit of pressure on the fingers, and Ospreay shaking it off as he whips Gibson into the rope, but Gibson holds on. Much superior upper body strength from Gibson, and using that to cut off the speed. You don't want to let Ospreay use those springy ropes because he knows exactly what he's doing, but Gibson there proving he has equal measure when it comes to knowledge in those rings of British wrestling. Another big back elbow there into the face of the Essex native. And Gibson playing a game here of slowing down the younger wrestler and using a rake to the face there. Full body weight lateral press. Just a 2 count there. And this crowd getting behind Ospreay. He's giving them a small taste of what he can do, and you can tell they're itching, as am I, to see some more. And Gibson going to work on that arm, kicking the rope there. If you can't hold the rope, you cannot climb it. And Gibson knows exactly what strategy to employ going in there with the fastest man, arguably, in British wrestling today. European uppercut there. Double thrust chop to the throat, and another uppercut. A move made synonymous by European wrestlers, hence the name, the European uppercut. And Ospreay's going to have to fight toe-to-toe, and Gibson, a leg pick there, takes him down and follows it with a hard forearm straight back onto the arm, and tight armbar there. Gibson using every advantage he can, putting the pressure. If you look at that hold, you can see the pressure stretching the elbow against the way it's meant to go, and Gibson using his body weight to slowly wear down every muscle on the left-hand upper side of Ospreay's body, and uses his own body weight to snap that arm down. You know, if you've never been put in a good armbar or a good wrist lock before, you can take my word for it that it hurts. It hurts the following day, and it hurts just as much at the time. You know, the adrenaline of a pro wrestler can get him through some of the amazing bangs and crashes you see on your TV screens, but adrenaline does not fight the pain of a well-applied armbar or wrist lock. Or, dare I say, that kick to the head there by Gibson. I would argue he is the best wrestler to come out of Liverpool in quite some time. Eager to stand side by side in years to come with the likes of Robbie Brookside and Doc Dean, if you're fans of the old school British wrestling. Brookside now works for WWE, and it's well deserved. His job is to find new talent, and one of the talents he looked at recently was that man you see applying the armbar once again, Zack Gibson, who recently, along Hull's own Nathan Cruz, the show stealer, had tryouts for the WWE on a recent tour here, and you can tell they were impressed with this guy, as are we all. This crowd coming alive once again. They want to see Ospreay fly. They want to see what he can do, but he can do nothing unless he can fight out of it, and with that jaw jacker he did. Big right hand there. Not sure if that was a closed fist, and again, referee might have to do something here as he hits the ropes, comes back, big clothesline. Big back elbow. Ospreay, house of fire here, fighting back. Gibson switches it up and huge kick to the face there from nowhere. Gibson rolls to the outside again, trying to break the momentum there. But I'm telling you, this man is dangerous on every position you can think of. And up and over again. Second time to the outside by Ospreay, that time with a flip plancher. Ospreay shaking out that arm. Incredible amounts of pressure being put on that by Gibson so far, but these men know that the outcome of this match will dictate the future success that both of them can potentially earn in this highly competitive industry of professional wrestling. Springboard flying forearm there, and a shooting star press from a standing position. One, this could be all, and oh, almost there. The shock on Gibson's face. This man's coming at him from every single angle imaginable. And this crowd in Hull really coming alive for this final qualifying match in the David Boy Smith Cup Memorial Tournament. Gibson there. Collar and elbow tie-up. Takes Ospreay back to the corner. Head of steam comes out, and a move by Ospreay comes back, and a move of his own there rolls out, and man, this guy is just quicker than a hiccup. I said it earlier, but offense from everywhere. And what's that? Springboard from the bottom rope into a tornado DDT. Never seen it before. 1, 2, and is that? Oh, man, this guy's offense is so innovative. Only 21 years of age. This is arguably the most important match of his entire career, and he is giving you everything he has to qualify in this tournament. The only thing stopping him is the man with the red shorts in the ring, Liverpool's own Zack Gibson, and you can never, ever count him out. Top rope here by Ospreay, going for something. Goes up and, 450 onto his feet, lands out the way, and huge move there by Gibson's got him. Armbar DDT, that could be all. 2 and, oh, man, only just kicked out there. You see the strategy of Gibson coming into play. He works on that arm all through this match, and even when he goes for a pinfall, he barred the arm, knowing full well that if he's got that arm incapacitated, it's even harder for Ospreay to kick out. Man, this guy is a machine and a technician in that ring, and he's calling for the end right now, and this could be all. Goes for that submission, and I've seen plenty of men tap to that. If he can lock it on fully, Ospreay needs to get out of that in a hurry, and he does. Waist lock there. Reversals. German onto his feet with that German suplex and a Hurricane Rana. Gibson holds on. Gibson holds on. 2 and oh. Man, pinfall after pinfall, and oh my lord, there, springboard, second rope, Asai moonsault, elbow. Man, he's coming from everywhere. 2, and oh, man, I thought that was a 2. Sorry, my apologies, I called that wrong. I thought that first count there was actually a 2, and we had a finish here, and the crowd can smell a change in the tide, and so can I. Ospreay going up now, second. Top. Gibson's in a world of trouble here. He's known for that 630. If he can hit it, is that what he's going for? Oh, shooting star. Oh, onto the knees. Goes for a pin. That's got to be all. And Ospreay rolls out. He normally goes for that 630, which is the most impressive aerial move in wrestling, but recently Ospreay injured himself on that move, and that must have played into the confidence of Ospreay because he didn't go for it, instead going for that shooting star press, and he landed on nothing but knee. No matter what you think about the athletes in professional wrestling, you would be foolish to believe that that isn't extremely dangerous, and it doesn't extremely hurt. But Ospreay, this 21-year-old, fighting back. How he's still standing is beyond me, with chops, and Gibson fighting back as his own as he hits the ropes, and oh, huge savant kick there. Goes for something there, but Gibson holds on in the corner, and oh, Ospreay hits nothing but post. What a match we're seeing here on BWC British Wrestling Weekly. What's Gibson going for? Oh, jawbreaker with the knees there. That's got to be all. He looks out. 2 and oh, Ospreay kicks out again, arms outstretched, but that was a mistake as Gibson goes for that submission. Ospreay has to make a decision to tap, and he does. Gibson wins here in his qualifying match, final qualifying match in the Davey Boy Smith Memorial Cup tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner as a result of the submission, Zack Gibson.
Well, Stevie Aaron called it there and we saw it in the flesh. That man staring a hole through the camera and looking right at us at home. Liverpool's Zack Gibson with an incredibly impressive display of why he believes he is the man to win the first ever Davey Boy Smith Memorial Cup tournament. But let's not write out the Herculean effort displayed there by Raynham, Essex native, the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. He will live to fight another day, but the real story is that Zack Gibson is ready, and Zack Gibson may just be the man to hold the cup in memory of the biggest legend ever to travel overseas from Great Britain. Davey Boy Smith, known to millions of the British Bulldog. If I was Harry Smith, the son of Davey and Georgia, the daughter that lost this cup, I would be looking at that match with great pride, knowing that British wrestling's new generation is so impressive. It's a calibre that cannot be outclassed by any other scene in the world, and that man right there, Zack Gibson, is at the head of the pack of British wrestling's new generation.